My name is Kim and I'm the office manager here at Northwest Health Solutions, and I would like to introduce to you Michael Hammonds, who is a patient in our office here. And Michael, I remember very well the first day that you walked in here, and you seemed like you were in significant pain and moving very carefully. And then it wasn't but maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago when I saw you last, you seemed like a different man. And I think there might be a story here. Can you share with us?
I'd be glad to. I'm 56 years old, and I've had back problems for 40 years. I ruptured a disc when I was 17, and since then I've had back pain, I've had sciatica, I've learned to live with it. I've had 2 back operations during that time, which were successful in that they corrected that particular disc, but really did nothing for me overall. And then I hurt myself again. I led a very active life, and was also hurting myself. Over the last 10 years, it's become increasingly worse. And my orthopedic surgeon told me that I'm probably facing a spinal fusion to maintain any quality of life. And at 56 years old, a spinal fusion is not an option as far as I'm concerned. And when I came in here, my lower back pain and sciatica was such that I could hardly walk. I knew from the pain that, I've had that before, I knew that surgery was in my immediate future and probably was a spinal fusion. But a friend of mine back in Oregon had told me about his visits to a chiropractor and how they were successful and how it made a drastic difference in his life. And at that point, I'm ready to try anything. Chiropractic is not something that I had any experience with to any degree prior to this. And I came in here, I told Dr. Westerman what was wrong with my back because I knew. And he didn't tell me anything I didn't know initially. He just listened to me and agreed with me and set up a treatment plan that he thought would work for me, and which involves spinal adjustments, spinal decompression, which is the most wonderful thing that's ever been developed, and then some exercise and massage. And then it turns out that he began to tell me more things about my back than I did know. Not necessarily what was wrong with it, but why things were wrong with it. And much of my discomfort really wasn't so much from my back, but was from the rest of my body learning to live with my back for 40 years. And I wasn't walking straight. I was way out of whack. I had no idea. When the masseuse got a hold of me, she found muscles that had been tight for 20 years that had never relaxed. And I became more aware of my body, and overall, it wasn't just a disc in my back, it was my entire back. And it wasn't just my entire back, it was my hips and pelvis and the way I stood and the way I pointed my toes when I walked. And I learned all of this in a very short time, and it was just so successful so quickly that I'm just happy as a clam. I will never be completely free from pain. Like I said, I'm 56 years old. I've had a bad back for 40 years, and it's bad. It's my spine, lower spine, looks kind of like the road to Mount Lemmon, and that's the way it is. But through chiropractic and through the exercises and the massage, I'm able to maintain a really good quality of life. I can play golf, not very well, but I can. I can go hiking, I can go fishing, I can travel. I can do all the things I want to do. And my spine is not fused. It's no different than it was 3 months ago. It's just being taken care of differently. It's being taken care of more completely. And it has been a truly wonderful experience. While I don't want to go through it again, I will if it's necessary in a hot minute.
Okay. Well, I certainly know that when I saw you last time, it just seemed like there was a little a hop in your walk. You were completely different from when you walked in the first time.
Oh, absolutely. I
was so excited to see that the success that you had with this, and it was just a blessing for all of us here at Northwest Health Solutions to see you have that success and feel better, as well as is regain your quality of life. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience when you were actually on decompression and what it was like?
It's not unpleasant. It's a really rather pleasant experience. You are pulled. You're strapped to a machine, basically a table that pulls down on your hips very gently, very slowly, very gradually, and I would find myself wiggling a little bit, so I wasn't sticking to the table or anything, so I could get the maximum stretch on my lower back, and it's just a really good feeling to feel yourself stretch, and you know that as you're stretching, you're healing, and there's just no downside to it. Spinal decompression, had it been available like it is now 40 years ago, I know that I would have had a completely different history than I've had with my back. But it's 30 minutes of staring at the ceiling, listening to music, wiggling and stretching and feeling good.
That's great. So basically, with the adjustments, the manipulations from Dr. Westerman, and then the ultrasound, then you go to decompression, and of course icing it afterwards. It was kind of a whole type of a program that you went through,
Right.
And then the massage incorporated in with it was just was a total success for you. And
It was absolutely 100% successful.
I am so happy for you, and I know you're heading back to Oregon, and I assume you'll be back here in Arizona
I will.
in the fall or next winter, and come and visit us.
Okay.
And I just wish you the best. It's very exciting for us to see people feel so much better after
Well,
they go
I'm
through
glad
this.
you're excited. I'm thrilled.
I'm sure you are. Quality of life is very important.
It is.
We wish you the best, Michael.
Thank you.